5 years ago, I left China in despair. After the defeat of the democracy movement, I thought my country was never going to change. This is the summer of 1994. I'm home for the first time. I feel like a stranger in my hometown. I even got lost a few times. I often hear people using expressions I don't recognize. This is no longer the Chengdu I used to know. My mother tells me, if you want to find out what has happened while you were gone, you should go see your uncle, Yang Daquan. My rich uncle, a self-made entrepreneur, lives in the nearby town of Pengzhou. This is the town where I was born. I haven't seen it in 20 years. My uncle takes me to the street where I grew up. The gravel road and the wooden houses have all disappeared. I used to sit in front of my grandma's house watching political parades go by. There were plenty of red banners and giant portraits of Chairman Mao. Those days are gone. Now I can't even tell where her house used to be. My uncle is one of the wealthiest men in town, but he started life as a poor peasant. I was curious to find out about his success. First, he took me to see his construction materials factory. When my uncle first came to visit my family in Chengdu, he looked like a total hick. He was wearing peasant clothes and speaking with a peasant accent. He came to the provincial capital to make money as a construction worker. That was in the late 70s, when the government first allowed peasants to work in the cities. Now he owns a construction materials plant with $4 million worth of equipment. The machinery comes from Italy. The stone is quarried in southwest China and shipped to my uncle's factory to be cut and polished. My uncle says that these workers are local peasants. They make a lot more money polishing stone than they could plowing the fields. I remember that after a few years in construction, my uncle had his own team of builders and started taking on his own contract work. You can't do business without keeping on the good side of the local Communist Party officials, but my uncle is not afraid to tell them what he thinks. The economic reforms need to be planned and managed rationally by the government, but the government can't pull it off. The result is that the economy is out of control. There are a lot of enterprises that shouldn't have been built, and a lot of development schemes that shouldn't have happened. The children of high officials and the people in power live in luxury, but the life of the ordinary people is not that great.